Welcome back to the channel. My name is Conor Brown and we are back at Royal Perth Golf Club in Perth, Western Australia for another video. And today's video is all about getting you out of that steep position on the way down, getting that club a little bit more shallow so you can rotate through the golf ball and get that strike more consistent every single time. Firstly, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That's going to notify you when the next video comes out and we can keep improving your golf. If you're struggling with any of the positions from grip, setup, all the way to the top of your backswing, jump back to the previous videos. I'm going to cover all those positions in there, which can then allow you to get this club working a little bit more shallow in your downswing. What I see a lot of when I'm teaching is a lot of steep shaft positions. And the easiest way to think about how you're getting into those positions is when you're at the top of the backswing, we know we want to rotate the body or pivot, but if I keep my right arm bent as I'm rotating, we'll start to see that this is going to move the hands around, and over here the shaft gets a little bit too steep or vertical, and then from there I've got a few positions that I need to compensate. I need to bend back, stand up, and then I'm going to flick the hands, and that's just going to provide a lot of inconsistent shots. So what we're looking for when we're in the top of the backswing to transition is we want some trail arm extension. Or for the right-hander golfer, that is going to be the right arm is going to start to straighten and extend back. When we're in our setup position, the right arm starts straight, and as we're making a backswing, it is starting to bend and relax into this position here, a nice structured arm position. So we know when we hit that golf ball, we have to somewhat get this arm straighten, back down, and back into that body. We're just adding in a little bit more rotation through the pelvis and the core. So we need to do it in a sequence. As I'm at the top of my backswing, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna straighten my right arm to this position here. And what you can start to see is the club head starts to work a little bit more behind me. And a really good way to practice this is if you're at home, find a wall and just pop it behind you with a little bit of space. And as you make a backswing, your club head just wants to touch that wall. And then it'll get up to the top, and then from there what you want to do is just pop the club head on the wall and then just run the club head down the wall, and you can start to see it works behind me. From front on, in this position here, you'll start to see I'm keeping my chest facing back and I'm just extending my trail arm. I'm keeping my wrist positions because we need those for later. From that position there, extending the right arm, the club head is running down the wall, my chest is staying back. You can start to see from here, now I can rotate and release. And that's where all your power is going to come from, maintaining your wrist angles and then releasing them through impact. So all the speed is through the hitting area, not up here and before. So you'll start to see from the top, I'm not getting rid of my wrist angles because I don't want to cast the club. I'm maintaining this position with my, say, wrist and the club. If we set it's 90 degrees, I'm maintaining that down to here. I see a lot of people casting and getting rid of that angle far too early because of where that shaft is on the way down. So once we're bringing that down, maintain that angle. It's just the trail arm extending, the club head down a wall, and then you can start to rotate and get into that golf ball a little bit more efficiently. So a really good way of practicing this is to hit golf balls in 2 steps on the way down. What we would do is we go to the top of the backswing, I would go down the wall, I would just stop there, have a look at where the club head is, and then from that point, I would swing through and hit some shots. And that is really gonna train you to get the club head working in the right spot on the way down. What we want is to get comfortable with the club head over here in this space, and then we know when it's time to rotate, and you'll start to blend the two together. Obviously when you start off, it might feel like you're doing it a bit tense, robotic in 2 sections, but when you start to add those 2 movements together in sequence, I am lowering and rotating, and that's how I'm getting the club to work in the correct place to help my strike and get rid of that slice. Thanks for tuning in to another video. If you liked the video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's going to help the channel grow and we can keep improving your golf.